Did you feel that? Was that a change in the room temperature, or did a ghost just walk through us? Maybe that was just a tingle of excitement for The Conjuring 3. After the success of The Nun and the other movies in the franchise, there's going to be more where those demons came from. So join ScreenRant as we explore where the Conjuring Universe might go next. And stay tuned to the end to find out which of Ed and Lorraine Warren's actual cases might be the subject of the next tale in the Conjureverse. While you're here, click on the subscribe button and hit that bell to join our notification squad. It's the only way of staying up to date on all the creepy things that go bump in the night.
I know what it's like to lose your friends because you're different.
Irene and Lorraine. In The Nun, the latest installment of the Conjuring Universe, Sister Irene is tasked with solving a mystery at a Romanian convent. The movie takes place in 1952, and Irene faces off against a demon named Valak. Lorraine Warren shows up in a flash forwards to 1971 at the beginning and end of The Nun. We can't help but notice the physical resemblance between Irene, played by Thaisa Farmiga, and Lorraine, played by her real-life sister Vera. Although the movie goes out of its way to say they're not the same person, future movies might make the connection.
Let's try this again.
Valak will be back. In Conjuring 2, Valak appears to be defeated. After terrorizing all those innocent families and causing a lot of extra work for our heroes, the creature was sent back to hell. In fact, one could argue that the whole reason The Nun is a prequel is to feature another battle against Valak before the demon was put away for good in the 1970s. But with Conjuring 3 in development, there's a strong chance Valak will return to terrorize the Warrens again. So be on the lookout in future movies for any characters that just might be possessed.
Let me show you the rest of the house.
Amityville Connection. The Amityville horror case is referenced in a big way in The Conjuring 2. While that movie doesn't focus solely on the legendary household, The Conjuring 2 implies that Valak was connected to the terrorizing of the DeFeo and Lutz families. The Lutzes, who moved into the house after the DeFeo murders, were alleged to have made their whole experience up as a hoax. But who's to say Valak didn't appear to them one night to tell them, "Hey, you want attention? Say you saw a pig in the window and the walls are bleeding and boom, book deal, baby." Maybe the Conjureverse will spend more time in Amityville in the future. Crooked Man. The Crooked Man creature who appears in The Conjuring 2 seems too perfectly creepy to be real, but he's based on an actual nursery rhyme from 1840. And here's a hint. If you want to be creeped out, just look up any piece of entertainment intended for children from the 1800s. Anyway, a film about the Crooked Man is being developed for the Conjuring Universe. In the nursery rhyme, the Crooked Man has a crooked cat, a crooked mouse, and a crooked house. So expect some kind of twisted Hansel and Gretel type story for this spin-off. Insidious. If there's one thing we know about James Wan, the guy loves shared universes. He's heavily involved in The Conjuring's success, and he wanted a horror universe made in Marvel's vein. He's also worked on Aquaman for the DCEU, Furious 7, and Saw. With a track record like this, there's no doubt Insidious is connected to The Conjuring to make a mega crossover universe. The biggest factors in this theory are creepy dolls and Patrick Wilson. Wilson plays a totally different character in Insidious, but the lipstick-faced demon has dolls scattered throughout his lair, so who's to say he doesn't have an alliance with The Conjuring's Annabelle? Possession. Now several movies into the Conjuring canon, it's clear Valak and other demons like him prefer to possess children. Although we've often seen adults possessed, expect to see younger people become possession victims in future movies. As in other movies about possession like The Exorcist or the allegedly true stories on which these stories are based, it seems demons prefer to attach themselves to the souls of children because of their purity and innocence. And it's probably less challenging for them than to fight with the souls of older men and women who are set in their ways.
Nurse?
The Nurse. We've followed ghost hunters, exorcists, and nuns. What other creepy job could be explored? Why not nursing? In 2017, Warner Bros. Held a contest to see who could film a short that would best fit into the Conjuniverse, as we're now calling it. Or the Conjureverse, or the... I don't know, what do you think? Tell us in the comments. The winner was Julian Terry's The Nurse. In half a week, Terry was able to create a 2-minute movie that has as creepy a vibe as most of the other big-budget releases out there. When a user complained about the paltry fees WB was paying for the rights to these short films, Terry replied, "Speak for yourself. I just got hit up by the 3 managers. This morning has been insane."
Listen, Ed Warren's never seen a house that he didn't think was haunted.
An unfilmed case. The Warrens have a wealth of case files to be adapted into films, and here's one we might see adapted in the future. Starting in 1980, David Glatzel was visited by a man with black eyes and hoofs. He turned to his sister and her fiancé, Arne Johnson, for help. They turned to the local diocese and brought in the Warrens, who participated in the removal of 40 demons from his possessed body. The next year, Arne was out to dinner with his fiancée and his landlord, and after a fight, Arne stabbed the landlord. Arne argued that David's demons had moved on to him, but it didn't save him from a guilty verdict.
Janet, are you all right?
A haunting in Connecticut. You may remember the 2009 film The Haunting in Connecticut. This is actually based on another case of the Warrens, and the story could be remade into an additional Conjuring film. Basically, the Snedeker family moved into a new home, close to where their son was being treated for a medical condition. Little did they know the house was once a mortuary. Plus, the morticians took some gruesome liberties with the bodies, so you can only imagine what the ghosts were doing to the homeowners. Hey, The Conjuring 3 is rumored to take place in the 80s, and just happens to be when these allegedly true events occurred. The Southend Werewolf. Wan and company may have already hinted at the direction of the third Conjuring, and it might just be the tale of the Southend Werewolf. Investigated by the Warrens in 1987, a man named Bill Ramsey from Essex, England, asked the authorities to put him behind bars. Otherwise, he was afraid he'd spill innocent blood. As if to prove his point, Bill reportedly attacked the police with super strength while crawling around like an animal. The Warrens had Bill taken to their home in Connecticut, where Bishop Robert McKenna performed an exorcism. James Wan has said that this particular story would take the Warrens into an American Werewolf in London territory, and we are all about that.
Cool.
And that's the end of this video. But like the cases of Ed and Lorraine, there's always more scary stories for ScreenRant to cover. So let us know what you think in the comments section below. Are there any Warren cases that we missed? Are there any elements in the other Conjuring movies that might make perfect spin-offs? We'll be sure to answer these questions in ScreenRant videos to come. So thanks for watching, and come back for more videos just like this one. See you around in this life or the next.